year is 1876. Warring Indian tribes still populate America's western territories, fighting over lands and murdering anyone who gets in their way. There are a few lawless gold rush towns who are beginning to mark the landscape. They claim to be part of the so-called civilized world. I think those people need a better definition than the word civilized. In many parts of the country, it is still illegal to espouse evolution, seeing that it is a direct contradiction to the Word of God in the Bible. Against this backdrop, two renowned paleontologists are pillaging the Wild West, hunting for dinosaur fossils. Their names were Charles Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope. These two fine gentlemen would do anything to deceive or sabotage each other in a rivalry that will come to be known as the Bone Wars. And this is where I come in. My name is William Johnson. My dad isn't overly fond of me. You see, I'm a student at the University of Yale, and some say that I have more privilege than sense, and honestly, I can't blame them. You might be wondering, how come a privileged Yale student such as myself got himself stuck in the Bone Wars? Well, it started with a stupid wager, you see, and this got me stuck into joining Professor March on an expedition to head into the Wild Wild West in search of dinosaur bones, or fossils, or whatever. To convince Professor March to take me, I had to learn myself to become a photographer. Honestly, it's probably the hardest thing I ever had to do in a very long time. Eventually, we set out west, but then things started to get messy. You see, Professor Marsh was somehow convinced that I was spying on him for his nemesis, Edward Drinker Cope. The good professor eventually abandoned me in Cheyenne, Wyoming, which is a town full of crime and lowlifes. After some strange events, I was forced to join forces with Edward Drinker Cope, the man I was supposedly spying on. And after some time, we stumbled upon a discovery of historic proportions. With this extraordinary treasure, however, comes exceptional danger, and my newfound resilience would be tested in my struggle to protect this cache, which put me against some of the West's most notorious characters. You want to find out how my story ends? Read my book.